This week we're going to talk about kind of controlling someone through putting one attack behind another. That when we lose something, there's often something right behind it if we stay on it. A lot of times when we're first starting, we'll attempt a technique, and when it goes wrong, we'll kind of go back to a restart position and try and find another technique. But we really want to get good at stringing things together. I can control a match positionally, but I can also control a match by being the person who's constantly threatening something, so that my partner has to be the one constantly reacting to me, right? In boxing, we call this putting someone on the back foot. We want to put our partner on the back foot so that they're always running away from us. So a first simple one is if I come up and start this Kimura attack on Russell, and he starts getting out of this, I now have control over his shoulder and his arm, and some control over his hips with my legs. So I should continue this line of attack here. As he punches out of this, I can move to the straight arm bar, still controlling his wrist and controlling his shoulder, and there's something there. As he starts to get out of this, maybe he posts on my knee, I can start playing into down arm bars, or I can start playing into a triangle. So let's look at that one more time. I'm here, what I really need to control to make this work is his posture and his shoulder. The attack on the end of the lever is a little harder to control all the time. So as he starts to work out of the weakest part of this control, I have to maintain the best part of this control, which is his posture and shoulder. And I can move to things like arm crushes. I can scoot out and start working for omoplatas. It's not all going to be incredibly specific. What we're doing is looking at how their escape offers up another submission, right? So the classic from a closed guard armbar is as Russell pulls that out, there's an omoplata right here. As he comes up to face me to get rid of the omoplata, there's a triangle right here. With this triangle, as he starts to try and posture up, there becomes another armbar right here. So we want to get good at just blading those all one to the next to the next. And now I want to show the inverse of that, which is I can hit those same three attacks from the top position. So again, the good control here is on this far shoulder, right? As I'm here stapling him to the mat with my stomach, everything can chain as long as I keep this control. So I move in for this Kimura, and as he straightens out his arm, I can move into this straight arm bar. And as he continues to straighten out his arm, I can move into this Americana. And he'll punch out to get out of this Americana. And or we punch out this way, I can move him into another straight arm bar. And I can move that back into a Kimura. So we want to just stay on this arm. While this is pinned, I'm free to move around and try and hunt this stuff, right? As he gains some ground, I gotta keep paying attention to my angle, but it's all chaining that attack together. If we're going for this rear naked choke, and he starts finding his way out of that, I can move up and move to a head and arm position and start my choke there. As he rolls away from me to get rid of this head and arm position, I move up and I can move into my Kimura. So all week we're just gonna spend time losing a submission to find another submission. So maybe our partner will get out of something and pause for a second, and we can reevaluate what comes next and what comes next. And we're just gonna look at chaining submissions together.